Welcome back to our channel, where we share updates and untold stories about Catherine, Princess of Wales, and her royal family. Today, we bring you some news. Princess Anne is shocked at King Charles and Camilla's decision to sell the late Queen's inheritance.
According to an insider source, there is shock and royal discontent regarding Queen Elizabeth's legacy, and Princess Anne left Buckingham Palace after Camilla and King Charles's final decision to sell the inheritance from her mom for Camilla. Princess Anne was reportedly shocked by Queen Consort Camilla's decision to sell a portion of Queen Elizabeth's esteemed legacy shortly after the Queen's passing. This information originates from sources inside the royal family. This audacious choice, particularly with the sale of some of the Queen's most treasured horses, has been seen as a profound disregard for the legacy of the monarch who has ruled the longest in British history. The controversy has engendered conflicts among the royal family. Princess Anne has publicly addressed what she perceives as a transgression against her mother's legacy. A legacy of Queen Elizabeth. For Queen Elizabeth, horses transcended mere animals. They were lifelong companions, symbols of her reign, and a source of solace. Peggy's first pony was a gift from her grandfather, King George, presented to her on her 4th birthday. This was the start of her passion for equestrianism, which began in her youth. An extensive understanding of breeding, genetics, and equine care, akin to that of professional equestrians, has evolved during the years of this passion's growth. The Queen's meticulous involvement in her stables was renowned. She personally selected and paired horses to cultivate elite thoroughbreds, several of whom had triumphs on prestigious racetracks. Her meticulous engagement in steady management earned her recognition. Horses played a significant role in ceremonial functions throughout Queen Elizabeth's reign. These beautiful creatures embodied the essence of tradition and grandeur during occasions like trooping the colour and the opening of the State Assembly. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police bestowed a black mare, known as Burmese, as her preferred equine. Her appearance became emblematic of the Queen's involvement in significant events. The Queen's passion for her horses clearly demonstrated her commitment to preserving Britain's heritage and customs. Camilla's controversial decision. Several weeks post-funeral, Camilla opted to sell over a dozen of the Queen's beloved horses, creating much controversy. The auction included 2 of the Queen's favourite horses. These horses accompanied her throughout pivotal moments in the royal family's history. Sources familiar with the case indicate that Camilla saw the horses as redundant remnants of a past era and viewed their sale as a logical decision. Numerous individuals inside the palace characterized the decision as a cash grab, inciting sentiments of betrayal among people who esteemed the Queen's legacy profoundly. Camilla reportedly voiced her discontent with Queen Elizabeth's decision to bequeath the bulk of her jewelry collection to Princess Catherine, exacerbating an existing conflict. Camilla reportedly had sentiments of abandonment due to receiving very modest gifts in comparison.
She has expressed annoyance in private discussions on the late Queen's gift, which seemed to confine her responsibilities to horse management, a role she saw as a nuisance rather than a meaningful legacy.
This mentality may have motivated her decision to sell the animals, making the conduct even more self-serving. Queen Elizabeth's will reportedly left Camilla feeling betrayed, as she saw it as a devaluation of her contributions to the royal family. Having spent years fulfilling her role as the Duchess of Cornwall and subsequently as Queen Consort, it is presumed that she anticipated a more significant acknowledgement in the distribution of the late Queen's assets. This is due to her extensive experience in both positions throughout the years. Camilla's sense of isolation intensified upon learning that Catherine was the principal beneficiary of the jewelry collection, symbolizing the Queen's enduring legacy. This knowledge intensified Camilla's feeling of marginalization. Her perception of an affront toward the horses may have reinforced her tendency to see them as dispensable. The role King Charles assumed, along with his endorsement of the purchase, intensified the ongoing issue. He loves horses like his mother and sister, but not as much. Camilla is said to have influenced Charles by emphasizing the financial burdens and logistical challenges of maintaining the horses and rationalizing their sale. This is based on the accounts of persons directly involved in the incident. According to reports, she told him that continuing to care for them was an unnecessary expense, which led him to put modernism and cutting costs ahead of his feelings. Critics assert that Charles's willingness to endorse the sale demonstrates his aim to modernize the monarchy at the expense of tradition, thereby alienating many who have cherished the Queen's enduring legacy. Responses to Charles's involvement in this decision have been mixed, including both favorable and unfavorable reactions. Certain individuals argue that Charles is endeavoring to demonstrate his endorsement of Camilla's efforts to streamline the royal estate, but others assert that his compliance indicates a lack of personal attachment to the symbolic importance of the Queen's horses. This issue has caused discontent for Princess Anne, who seemingly contends that her brother's leadership should have more vigorously upheld their mother's principles. His detachment from this issue has been a source of remorse for her. Princess Anne's fervent reaction was evident. A distinctive bond existed between Princess Anne and her mother due to their same enthusiasm for horses. Princess Anne was the only daughter of Queen Elizabeth and had been an equestrian throughout her whole childhood. Learning of Camilla's decision reportedly left Anne in a state of anguish and outrage. Anne allegedly expressed her dissatisfaction in a private discussion, questioning Camilla's regard for the Queen's legacy. Individuals familiar with the circumstances have described Anne's reaction as visceral, citing her assertion that Camilla's conduct was unforgivable. A deep relationship exists between Anne's feelings of betrayal and her understanding of the significance of the horses. These creatures were not only assets to her, they were embodiments of her mother's heritage, encapsulating decades of love and devotion she had bestowed upon them. She has had a considerable emotional setback due to what she perceives as a lack of comprehension from Camilla and indifference from King Charles, particularly in light of their auctioning shortly after the Queen's death. She has explicitly said that she considers Camilla's actions to be a disrespectful affront to the legacy bequeathed by Queen Elizabeth. Anne thinks that selling the horses signifies a disregard for both their mother's memory and the traditions she valued and upheld. Many close to the princess have claimed that she perceives Camilla's decision as driven more by personal convenience and ambition than by genuine respect for the responsibilities inherent in royal family membership. Anne's will to uphold her mother's legacy has intensified due to this attitude, thereby widening the rift between the two women. Anne's discontent has revealed deeper rifts among the royal family. Her relationship with Camilla, already strained, has reached a critical juncture on the verge of collapse. Evidence indicates that Anne saw Camilla's behavior as indicative of a disregard for traditions and an individualistic approach to royal responsibilities. Consequently, Anne has opted to focus her efforts on safeguarding the Queen's legacy instead of mending their fractured relationship. This has led to cold public interactions and a noticeable divide between the two women. The general populace has expressed significant dissatisfaction with the purchase. Numerous individuals see the Queen's horses as symbols of continuity and tradition, serving as esteemed memories of her reign. Many viewed the abrupt sale of these animals as insensitive, as it disrupted a deeply rooted practice in the nation's past. Camilla faced allegations of prioritizing financial interests above honoring the legacy of the deceased monarch, as asserted by several critics. Camilla is now in a precarious position as queen consort because of the animosity she has encountered. The majority of individuals feel that the transaction was poorly timed and ill-advised, however. Others have defended her decision by asserting that it was a prudent action. Her public image has sustained further harm due to the prevalent use of the term cash grab to describe the behavior. A call for preserving the Queen's legacy. Amidst the controversy, Princess Anne has acted to protect the remaining elements of her mother's esteemed legacy. She has assumed the responsibility of overseeing the care of the surviving horses, ensuring they get the same degree of respect and attention her mother would have shown them. Furthermore, Anne has made an effort to incorporate the horses into public events and philanthropic activities, thereby preserving their symbolic significance. The public has positively acknowledged Anne's efforts, viewing her as a formidable advocate of the Queen's legacy. Her steadfast commitment to preserving royal traditions has established her as one of the most reliable and principled members of the monarchy. Anne has further cemented her role as a custodian of the monarchy's tradition by exhibiting a deep understanding of the ideas her mother embodied via her actions. Camilla's efforts to attain reconciliation. Following the ongoing crisis, reports suggest Camilla has attempted to mend her relationship with Princess Anne. Camilla is reportedly collaborating more closely with Anne to ensure the correct upkeep of the Queen's remaining horses. Camilla's collaboration demonstrates her recognition of the Queen's legacy as a crucial measure for reconciliation. Sources close to the royal family indicate that Anne remains skeptical about Camilla's motivations. Although outward displays of teamwork have occurred, some informed individuals suggest that the fundamental issues between the two ladies remain unresolved. Anne's commitment to safeguarding her mother's legacy has transformed into a personal objective, leaving less opportunity for reconciliation with the one she perceives as having compromised it. The controversy surrounding the selling of Queen Elizabeth's horses has highlighted the challenges of reconciling tradition with modernization within the monarchy. Princess Anne said that this experience has reaffirmed her dedication to preserving her mother's legacy and the values that define the royal family. Her efforts have significantly influenced the general populace, reinforcing her role as a connection between the past and the future. Camilla has acquired a significant insight into effectively managing her role as Queen Consort due to his participation in the event. Although her decision to sell the horses faced much criticism, her subsequent efforts to honor the Queen's legacy and pursue reconciliation indicate her willingness to embrace the responsibilities associated with her role. Camilla's actions in the coming months will significantly shape her legacy, but the process of regaining public trust could be lengthy. Their commitment to honoring Queen Elizabeth's legacy will act as a guiding concept for the royal family as they adapt to a new era. The Queen's horses, formerly seen as symbols of conflict, are now central to efforts aimed at uniting the family and enhancing their rapport with the public. The monarchy aims to preserve its history while navigating the challenges of current society. Camilla's choice to sell Queen Elizabeth's horses has incited significant controversy, revealing enduring rifts within the royal family and challenging the monarchy's ability to reconcile tradition with modernity. Princess Anne's unwavering dedication to upholding her mother's legacy has garnered global recognition, and Camilla's response to the criticism offers a glimpse of potential reconciliation. The lessons learned from this event will undoubtedly influence the monarchy's trajectory. This will guarantee that the principles upheld by Queen Elizabeth remain central to its mission. Camilla's decision to sell the Queen's horses was either a misjudgment or a pragmatic move that the public misconstrued. The answer may be in how the royal family adeptly balances reverence for the past with aspirations for the future.
Thank you for watching the video. Please let us know your thoughts, and goodbye for the time being.